Hey guys, welcome back to Average Joe Real Estate Investing. I haven't made a video in a little while, simply because the wife and I found out we're having twins, and so we've been doing a lot of planning for that. They come this fall, so not too much time to get ahead of the ball. But yeah, so we'll have 3 kids under 2. We both still work full time. My wife goes to school full time, and then we both do real estate on the side. So pretty crazy life coming up, I think. Gonna be pretty busy, but either way, today we're gonna talk about the top 5 ways that you make money in long-term real estate investing. And so what I think the top 5 ways is instant equity, cash flow, appreciation, mortgage paydown, and tax benefits. And this solely comes from my own experiences and also just from, the mentors I have and how they have built most of their net worth. And so instant equity, like when we buy all of our real estate deals, none of them are on the MLS, none of them are on market. We buy 100% of our deals off market, and we find them various ways. In the future, I'll make a video about my most successful marketing methods. But either way, instant equity is just simply the difference from the amount you pay for the property and then the amount it's worth that same day. And so generally we get a 10 to 30% discount on our properties just from finding them off market. And so on day one, when we purchase it, we have, anywhere from 10 to 30% equity. Our properties appraise for more than we pay for them. And if we simply sold them on the MLS or on market, we would get that higher price. And so the cool thing about that is it's a quick way to build your net worth. And then also, if you need to leverage more money for like a down payment on a different property down the road, you have instant equity sitting there that you can cash out, refinance, and then you have that money for the next down payment on your next property. And so that's pretty cool. It kind of has a nice domino effect there. The next one is cash flow, and I'll say actual cash flow because a lot of the gurus on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, wherever you want to look, they'll say that cash flow is simply your rent minus your mortgage escrowed, and they, my friends, are completely wrong. And here's why. You have to set aside for maintenance, capital expenditures, vacancies, property management. So you have all these other expenses each month to keep your property running. And so what we do is we take our rent, let's say it's $1,000 a month. We set aside 24% for those 4 main items, and we set that in a separate savings account. We don't touch it. It's there for when we need a new toilet, when we need a new roof, someone moves out and we have a turnover to where it's not rented for a month. That money sits there. We don't touch it. It's like we don't have it. And so either way, so we set aside 24% for that. And that would be on $1,000 a month rent. That'd be $240 that we just set aside. And then on top of that, you also have to pay your mortgage, your property insurance, and your property taxes. And so once you minus all of that from rent, that is your actual cash flow. And it's usually significantly less than most people believe. Like a lot of people don't take out that 24%, and they'll say that they have this massive cash flow on every property. And when a big problem arises, then they're digging into their savings account or their personal savings account, and they're not saving up for it. Is the only reason it appears they have this impressive property. But either way, so that'd be the leftover cash flow, the actual cash flow, and that's money you can spend each month. You can save up for the next down payment. That is money that is yours to do what you want with. You don't need to keep it in the business account if you don't want. Appreciation is the next biggest one, and so the last 3 years in our area, we've had high teens to low 20% appreciation every single year. And that is super uncommon, but very cool if you're in the market when it's happening. And usually it's 2 to 4% appreciation year over year. And the cool thing about that is your money isn't growing at just 3%. So the whole property is appreciating at 3%. And so if you have, say, 20% down payment into the property, say a $100,000 property, you put 20,000 down, the 3% appreciation is on the 100,000. So your leverage money also grows equity for you, which is very cool and compounds very quickly. So this is one of the long-term ways to grow significant wealth, is to have appreciation. So you want to be in good neighborhoods that appreciate quickly. You don't want to be in some slumlord area or depleting population, things like that. You want to be around like hospitals, manufacturing, cities that are growing and more jobs are coming. The next one is mortgage paydown. And this is arguably the second most important piece of the pie. Each month your tenants are paying down how much you owe for your loan. And so obviously they're paying the interest as well, but they're also paying a portion of the equity. And so each month they just slowly keep paying it down further and further. And then your property is also appreciating at the same time, higher and higher. And so your equity spread just continues to get larger each month. And so right away you don't notice this a ton, but over, say, a decade, it's going to be the biggest contributor to your net worth, in my opinion. And so eventually that equity spread between as it appreciates and the mortgage paydown, you can again cash out, refinance, suck all that equity out tax-free, and then there's your next down payment for your future properties. And so at first, it's going to go slow. You have to wait, who knows, 7 to 9 years, we'll say, before you have enough equity to cash out, refinance again, on average. But either way, you cash it out in 7 years, and then you buy 2 more properties with that equity. There's your next 2 down payments. And then, in another 7 years, you just keep expanding that way. And so if you start out quickly and you get a lot of properties that are appreciating and having that mortgage pay down, further down the line, you have all these properties that you can cash out, refinance. All that money's tax-free, and then you can just turn, say 10 properties into 20 and then into 40, and you can really expand quickly down the road. The last benefit, I would say, or the last top way to make money with real estate is tax benefits. And so real estate's probably one of the only ways that you can show a paper loss but a real life gain. And what I mean by that is, on your taxes, the IRS will see that you're having a loss every single year, just from your property depreciation, vehicle depreciation, all your expenses for the properties. And so you get to show that you're not making a profit between depreciation and expenses, but your bank account continues to grow, your equity continues to grow. So your net worth is going up, your bank account's going up, but you'll actually have a lower tax liability. And so this one may not appear to do much right away, but you can actually bring down your personal income each year as well if you have a normal W-2 job like I do. So you can bring that income down and actually save yourself money on your W-2 income while your bank account grows and your net worth grows. It's pretty cool. Obviously you'll want to consult a tax CPA about that. And hopefully we'll have one on the show eventually, but that would be the top 5 ways. So it's instant equity, cash flow, appreciation, mortgage paydown, and tax benefits. And so I said I'd mention smaller ways to make money that are more minuscule, but they still definitely add to your overall monthly income. And so we do like some coin laundry. So you have washer dryers. Once you get like maintenance and the hot water and just electricity to run them factored in, you don't make a ton, but it's a nice little adage. So the tenants have the availability at the apartment to be able to go wash their clothes without driving somewhere. So it makes your apartments a little more appealing. And then also you do make a little income off from it each month. And then Vending machines are another one I've seen people put out. I don't have any at mine, but you could do like a soda machine, make a little extra cash that way. Just simple things like that. We do pet fees. 100% of our properties we allow pets in, and obviously if the tenant does have a pet, we allow them to do it for a small fee, usually around like $50. And so that's another way that you can add to your monthly income. So we're big pet lovers, so it's something that we made sure we include in our properties. But that's all I have for you today, and make sure you have a good night.